In the headlines, Ethiopia claims IMF quota increase and calls for swift and fair realignment. And African humanitarian leaders call for united action and self-reliance. Hello, this is ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I'm Santao Tamrat with the news. Do stay tuned. The National Bank of Ethiopia has welcomed the International Monetary Fund IMF's decision to increase member quotas by 50%, describing it as a vital step toward strengthening the global financial safety net and enhancing resource access for member countries. Speaking at Africa Group constituency meeting on the sidelines of the IMF World Bank annual meetings, Governor Eyob Takaling underscored the importance of building on this momentum. He called for a timely and equitable quota realignment that better reflects the current dynamics of the global economy. The quota increase and its rapid implementation are encouraging developments, Governor Eyob said, underscoring that for many African nations, including Ethiopia, the IMF plays a central role in maintaining financial stability. Governor Eyob also welcomed growing consensus with the IMF to protect the quota shares of developing nations while stressing the urgent need to address persistent underrepresentation. Countries that remain significantly underrepresented, such as Ethiopia, must be prioritized in future quota adjustments, he urged.
I gotta tell you, I think there might be a little misconception on diners, drive-ins, and dives that everything we do is pizza, tacos, fried chicken. Don't get me wrong, we do a lot of that. But for me personally, as a chef, as a guest in a restaurant, what do I like? I love ethnic food. I love learning about the history, the story, the culture, the methods, the ingredients. So I'm here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and when I hear there's a joint that's serving up real deal Ethiopian food, you know I gotta check it out.
It's finger meal. We don't use fork.
You eat with your hands?
Yes.
Good, because I eat with my hands anyways.
Oh, so it's gonna be easy for you.
I got this figured out.
Yeah.
You eat with the injera. It absorbs all of the flavors of the dishes that are put on top of it.
Without injera, you don't eat anything.
We're not having anything.
We're gonna use 3 kind flour, brown wheat,
Brown wheat.
self-rising flour, and this is the teff from Ethiopia.
Teff flour.
This is the starter.
From yesterday.
Water.
Hello everyone, how are you guys? Today we're gonna make injera from scratch. So when I say scratch, without the dough starter, we don't have dough starter on this case. On the top, and then I remove a little water because you don't know how much water you put sometimes. So just make sure before you mix everything together, remove a cup of water from the top. Let's go. Don't judge me. Waiting. So far looks good. It look like that 20 to 30 seconds. I think I let it stay a little bit. Yep. So the first injera is done. I know you really want to see it.
Okay. Water.
And then how long does it need to set?
Overnight.
So it builds all of the
Yes.
carbonation.
This is how we make.
Ethiopian crepes. And you have to have the lid on it?
Yes.
How pretty that is.
Okay, I want
have
you
to
to
put the
try. You did good. Good job.
I think I made it a little thick, though. It is a beefy one.
It's not cooked very well, that's why.
Yeah, I know it's not cooked very well.
Right.
Any good Ethiopian dish starts with this. Injera bread is sour and stretchy.
Scoop it up.
And waiting to be wrapped around your next bite.
One of the reasons we eat like this is we feed each other.
You want some egg? Skilled hands season stews with berbere, a potent Ethiopian spice blend marked by its distinct glowing orange hue. These stews are often made without meat, as people here abstain from meat for over half the year.
Welcome back. You are watching the news from ABC World. And Ethio Telecom, the state-owned telecommunications provider, has unveiled the Nexus, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at expanding affordable access to smart devices for millions of Ethiopians. The service will offer budget-friendly smart feature phones, tablets, laptops, and thin client PCs, opening new digital frontiers for underserved communities. The Nexus is a flagship component of Ethiopia's ambitious Horizon strategy, which envisions a digitally empowered society by 2027-2028. The initiative is designed to address the persistent digital divide and unlock inclusive access to the country's growing digital ecosystem. Speaking to large audience at the official launch event, Ethio Telecom CEO Freyot Tamro highlighted the scale of the challenge. By leveraging cloud-based infrastructure, the Nexus dramatically lowers the cost of devices. All applications and services are hosted in the cloud, eliminating the need for expensive hardware, while ensuring users can access critical tools and platforms seamlessly. The Nexus devices will come equipped with pre-installed systems and integrate Telebur, Ethio Telecom's mobile payment platform, enabling users to engage in digital finance with ease and security. CEO Freyot concluded by emphasizing the Nexus's broader impact. Freyot underlined that the initiative was more than just a technology rollout. It represented a strategic leap toward building a thriving, digitally inclusive Ethiopia and positioning the country to lead the region in digital transformation. And finally, representatives from the African national societies are calling for deeper collaboration across the continent, stressing the urgent need for a shift in mindset toward self-reliance and sustainable humanitarian solutions. The leaders emphasized that true progress in humanitarian action must be driven from within, through African-led initiatives that harness local strengths and long-term strategies. They also underscored the critical role of strategic partnerships with governments and the private sector in fostering innovation and scaling up digital resource mobilization efforts across Africa. Jerusalem has more on that.
The African Red Cross and Red Crescent national societies have been striving to mobilize domestic resources and build self-reliance. Representatives from various African national societies highlighted the importance of a mindset shift to strengthen local resource mobilization.
We are talking about coming out of a certain comfort zone that made the resources a little bit easier coming through, to shifting our mindset. So that alone can create a challenge, because you're coming from a comfort zone where things probably were being made available to you. So that is a challenge, a shift. This paradigm shift needs a resolute decision by national societies, accepting the situation, accepting the reality, and come out of that comfort zone and face the situation head on.
They also emphasized the need for greater collaboration among African societies to achieve genuine self-reliance.
Capital is scarce. We may have ideas of investment, income generation, but we don't have capital. Capital is expensive. So are we able to access relatively cheaper capital through the partnership that we can have with partners that whom we are partnering to implement projects, but now partnering to do serious, real investment and creating real capacities in the African national societies?
We could split ourselves into perhaps the sub-Saharan region, we could split ourselves into certain groups and look at our core competences. Where we have an advantage, we could share those kind of skills with our neighboring countries, and we can also do inter-regional cooperation too. That is also going to be very helpful.
Partnerships with the private sector and governments, they noted, are critical to driving innovation and expanding digital resource mobilization across the continent.
Private sector, corporations, they've got component of social corporate responsibility that also looks at how they can plow back to the communities in which they do businesses. So we can position ourselves to say, company X, corporate X, here we are, you have this interest, which is also shared interest with us. Let us work together. So we can work with tap into corporate institution. We can become a vehicle through which we can deliver that service which they needed to the community. So we will maintain our relevance as well as the corporate, they will also tick on the box in the area of corporate social responsibilities.
If you want the private sector to be involved in whatever you're doing as a society, we must be able to be accountable, we must also be transparent, and we must also be able to prove that whatever funding we get, they are effectively utilized.
The African Red Cross and Red Crescent National Societies Resource Mobilization Skills Share Conference 2025 was held in Addis Ababa last week.
That's the news for the hour. Now a quick reminder of top stories. Claims IMF quota increase and calls for swift and fair realignment. And African humanitarian leaders call for united action and self-reliance. Thank you, sir, for watching us, and see you.